Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm going to go over the Shopify theme Prestige. I've been working on this for the past couple of days, I guess. Well, even longer than that because there are some updates that I want to add to the website. And so I've been working on that. I ran into something that I wasn't aware of earlier this morning. And so what I want to do is go through all of that and explain, where I am. But let's see, this is where I'm at right now with it. So this is the current website. I'm using the Prestige theme within Shopify. I think this theme is pretty popular, but it is one of the more expensive themes. It's $400 if you want to use it. I was using a premium theme for years, and I was using a free theme for years, and then I felt like I wanted to upgrade to premium. Now with this one, there's some upgrades that I need to it. And so I was using ChatGPT to create CSS code, and that would help me make some updates to it because it's nice, but it's missing some things. So for one, I added the mega menu, but it's not working correctly. Not exactly how I want it to work. But before, what would usually happen is you would come here and it would just be like a straight drop down menu with a list of pages there. And I wanted to change that to something that's more, just improving the presentation, and then also having the images over here. And then also with the product listings themselves, I wanted to add, I did add a header up here, which I didn't realize was one of my options on the back end, but I did add this, I think last week or so. Recreated my signature. So yeah, it needed an upgrade with that as well. But I would like a quick view menu up here. And so I was up until probably 4 this morning, like learning HTML and CSS code and working on like how I could figure out how to implement all these things. But yeah, I'm gonna need, I would like a quick view menu on here. And then the other thing I've been working on for like 3 weeks now is this part here of, I don't know if I would call this navigation, but it's just a product selection. So postcard is combined with the pack of 10 greeting card. It's the same thing. It goes with pack of 10, but then these, I was able to fade them out if they're not available for this certain option, this particular option. But it kind of looks like they're out of stock. So I wanted to do something that made this look better. So the 12 by 8s, everything from that to 60 by 40 is available under the photo print, the print only option. Now, when you get to the frame, the solid wood frame, you see how these are grayed out? That's because that option is not available. Like 45 to 30, from like 45, 30 to 60, 40, they're not available for the frame, but it's still kind of hard to read this. So I wanted to put a strike through on here, but I put some code in, it didn't look right. So I took it out because the stripe was like going all the way through this into some of the other buttons here, and I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. So yeah, I've been trying to do that part of it for weeks now. But that's the type of thing that I want to improve on. Now, what I did find out like 3:30 this morning is that I went to well, how can you get to it from? Okay, I'll go from the beginning. So if you are working on, where is it? I think I closed the page. Hold on. Log in. And where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, I know I need sleep right now, but okay. So I think it is on online store. Yes. So online store, it automatically comes up to themes. And when you scroll down, there's your popular free themes right there. You can also type in something right here just to give. Well, this is like this little symbol here. That's AI. That's an AI symbol. So the artificial intelligence will go in there and it'll scan through all the themes that Shopify has and pick one that that fits this description that you put in. So you put it in the description, you say generate themes, and it'll give you suggestions for that. But for what I'm going to do is I already know what theme I want to use. So I'm just going to click on visit theme store, and that is going to bring up all the themes. You got the 24 free over here, and then you have 1,052 that are paid. You also have a breakdown by subject, it looks like, and then catalog size depending on how many products you're going to have, that sort of thing. Then there's options if you're looking for certain options. The sticky header, I do like that one. But there's all kinds of options in here. Now, before I get started with Prestige specifically, I will say that I would suggest if you're looking for a theme, start with price high to low. So the most expensive theme is $490, which is a lot. But I would take a look at those because you get to see on the more expensive themes what a website can do in terms of features. So you just click on view demo and you can go through the whole thing really and look at what everything does, the layout, the color scheme, what type of font they're using, any sort of features that you can pick out that you would think that you need. So I was doing this a few weeks ago, and there were some features like the quick view that I wanted to add. So you just go through here and write down some features, write down the features and from which theme that you saw them. Kind of keep track of that because I'm trying to pull these features into my website, right? But the past few weeks I've been trying to do it through recoding it myself. And it has worked to a certain point, but then there's more stuff there's things that are more complicated. It's not turning out the way I want. So what ended up happening this morning is where is it? I came to the store and let me see if I can go back. Is it going to let me go back? There it is. And I just searched for Prestige. And then there's a Prestige theme there. So you click on that. So that's what I did this morning. And I think I pulled it up already. Yeah, so this is the Prestige theme. This is the same theme that have been using. I purchased Prestige, I think 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, but it doesn't look like this. So I was saying, like, where did all this stuff come from up here? So apparently this has been massively upgraded and I didn't realize it. There's features in here that and it's like what, $20 more now. So I think I paid $380 for this. Is $400 now. But there are tons of features in here. Then you get some reviews. But this turned out to be my favorite theme, so I figured the $380, $400 is worth it. But what do you want to do is the same thing. You just click on View Demo, and there's the drop down. So you have all the options over here, and then you have images, and it does that slow zoom in. And so I really like that part of it. So what I'm doing at this point is I went up here to add new copy, and I added a new copy onto my account. So what I'm going to do is try to copy this style into my website. Okay. Let me see where I'm at right now. So that means that this is going to look a whole lot better, even though it's fine right now, but I just think it can be better. And see how my video is not integrated into the web page. It's just it's embedded there. I want it to be completely integrated and run on a loop. So what I'm going to do is create promotions, probably 7 to 15 second promotions, and just have them run on a loop. And so when people come to the website, that's something that can help me feature certain products on there. So that's the other thing. So that's where I'm going with this. Where's the other page? This is what I'm working on now. So once you come to, where is it? Okay, so this is the full site. And what I have so far, everything is empty. All this stuff is empty. Now this is not live. This is the preview mode. But what I want to do is fill in some of this stuff today. The blog is already coming up. Add some of these today, and then the rest of it I'm going to have to turn off because it's going to take me too long to actually edit all these things. If I don't know, certain panels I want to keep, certain panels I'll probably leave out. But you can toggle all of these panels on and off. So I'm going to toggle the ones off that I don't have time to work on today. And I'm going to leave the rest of them on. Because what I really want to get to is see how this drops down and it's just a straight line? That's the part that I wanted to fix. I wanted it to be the same as here, where it drops down and you have these images here. And that's basically they call it a mega menu. And I finally figured out how it works, because here, like when you come here and you're looking at the preview, there's really no directions that I could see to tell you how to get these features to work the way that they do on the demo. So that's what I ended up running into. So I was looking up guides on YouTube and typing in questions into Google and getting, certain ways that I can approach this to add this in. But yeah, there's no directions. So even when I added the copy, when I opened it up, it didn't just automatically put images where they're supposed to go. You know what I mean? So now it's like on my homepage, this is the live site. I have to input or insert all of these things and point them to where I want them to go and all of that. So it just takes time to build up everything. So there's that. Now, what I'm doing here, which page is it? I'm gonna close this one out. Okay. So this one is what I was working on. Okay. So I finally figured out how to add the images to series with the mega menu. Now this is a little bit complicated, at least to me, but I'm gonna go over how I got here. Cause see, this is the old preview where everything was just in a straight line, just going straight down. But I want it to be like this with the images and all the titles are more spread out. So I think that looks much better. And compared to this, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. But I actually think I like mine better, the way there's more space in between the titles and whatnot. And then the other thing that I noticed too is on the product page. Let's see if I can go there. Here we go. Hold on. Let me just go to, if I can. I'll try architecture. Okay. So full screen it. This is how much space it takes up. And then when I go over these images, you'll see this little plus sign down here in the corner. That is actually a quick view menu. And see all of the lines that go through here? That is what I was trying to create before, a few weeks ago, is that line that goes through. So now when you go through all the options, it's easier for customers to see, okay, with the postcards, the pack of 10 is available. Greeting cards, same thing. When you go to 8x12, the cards are not available, right? But then you have the photo print, and then you also have the frame. But then when you go to 30x45, the frame is not available. The cards are not available. But then you have the photo print high gloss. That's available. So now it's easier for even myself to see what is and is not available depending on which size I select. So that's the part I've been giving myself a headache trying to do. And it was already in the updated Prestige theme, and I didn't realize that they updated it probably a long time ago. But I just never reloaded it or recopied it and published it to my website. But anyway, so the quick preview is already there. The mega menu option is already there. What else is there? When you click on the image itself, Now, I'm probably going to switch this back to carousel because look at all this scrolling. This is what I wanted to stay away from, is you have all this scrolling before you can get to the bottom of the page. And so that I did figure out how to change, which when you go to my live site, we go to architecture. Now, the header is a lot shorter. It's not as wide, or as the height is a lot shorter. So go to one world. I switched it to the thumbnails. So now when you're scrolling, it's not like this constant scroll, and it still switches from product to product like it's supposed to. Yeah, so that's going to be easier to read. So I'm going to go in and change that. All right. So what I do want to explain before I go. Now, if you guys have any questions about the Prestige theme and how to get certain features to match the demo, just leave them in the comment section, and I'll try my best to figure out what's going on if I don't know already. But the demo looks awesome. It's just understanding how to have your own website match that. And like I said, when you scroll down there, it's not like there's a list of directions that comes with this. So that's the issue. All right, so let's go with mega themes. Go back to the desktop version. Okay, so did I change this one? Okay, so let's take series, for example. So here's your mega menu stuff over here. You have a header. Let me see if I can enlarge this. This is your header group. Okay. It's your header group. You would click on add mega menu, and then you would get this to pop up. Okay. So now what you would do is you would come over here to this side, and on this side you would actually see mega menu item. All you have to do is type in the title of the page that you want it turned into a mega menu. So for me, I said, okay, I want series to become a mega menu. And so all I did was type in series. The software is going to scan over your navigation tab and find the word series, and it's automatically going to turn that into a mega menu. Okay. And then from there, you want to add your images in here. You want to add the heading and then text at the bottom. Okay. If you want 2 images, this is image 2. And you would do the same thing. You would add in the image, you would add in the link as well. Like this is the link you want it to go to. So for image 1, and I know my camera's kind of in the way, but image 1, here's your image that you want to add. Here's your heading that you want to type in. And then beneath the heading, you're going to have text. If you want text there or not, it's up to you. And then you're going to add in the link of where you want that text or the image to point to when people click it. So it can be products, pages, it can point to the blog, it can point to policies. You can actually, I think you can copy and paste the link into here, into this as well. But that's what that's for. So you would do that with both images. So up here is image 1, and then here is image 2, and it's the same thing. Let me see if I can move my camera out of the way. There we go. So there it is. Series dark light. I just typed in the word art, and then I'm pointing it to the dark light series page. So then what happens, let me zoom back out, is there you go. There's the image. It does a slow zoom. Same thing with that one. When you click on to the dark light, it will go to the dark light page, which is very cool. Very cool. And you can see the motion, like the text is detached from the background, so it's moving at a different speed. That's really cool. Let me go full screen again. So now that is a little bit different from what I currently have. So let me go to dark light. And again, what's currently live right now is the Prestige theme, but this is the old version. And so I didn't realize that I had room, or I was able to update the entire thing. But yeah, so it's a little bit different. And then there's the products button underneath here. Under here, there's no products button. You do have a sort button over here. On the new version, there's still the sort button. Availability. Oh, availability has turned into a drop down. Price is also a drop down. On the current version, this is what it looks like. And then there's the thumbnail selection, or the switch, thumbnail switch. Large thumbnails or smaller. On the new version, they've got, that looks like large, smaller thumbnails, and then what is this? Oh, really small. Okay. That's definitely new. You scroll down, there's all this stuff down here. Yeah, so there's definitely updates to the theme. And there's just features or options that I don't currently have. So I'm going to look at everything. Yeah, and on the current theme here, on the live site, there is no quick view button. So I'm really glad they added that part. Yep, very nice. Very nice. All right, so go back to desktop view. And you can do that in terms of the mega menu. You can do that for all of them. So I think I created, this is the one for series, and then this one, I think it's going to be for collections. So here it is again. This is the next menu. This is the series menu. And then this is just another menu. So again, you would just, like if I delete this one, you just add mega menu. You can change the hierarchy. So I want series to go first, and then I'm going to go collections. Now over here, the menu item, it's blank. So enter menu item to apply a mega menu drop down, and then there's a learn more button if you want more information. But I'm going to come over here and say, okay, I want collections. Instead of it, when you hover over collections, it's just a straight down list of titles. I want that one to be the same as series as well. So again, come back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and type in collections. And there it is. It automatically converts this over. Now there is no images right now, but that's how all of the text is going to get spread out. So again, instead of it coming down like a straight list of titles or pages, you'll get the presentation completely changes, which is a lot better even without the images on there. But the images make it look really good. So now on the live site, this is about as best as I can do with the coding that I put in. So I'm just going to copy this over. I like masonry, so I will go to image 1, select, and I'm going to type in masonry. And this is why you want all of your, well, not all, if not all, most of your files, your image files, labeled, because you're going to have thousands of images. I mean, I have thousands of images. So I literally had to go through and label everything because it was getting crazy. And then these that are connected to it, I have to go back in and label those as well. But for the most part, the other images are labeled. Let's see. I think I want to just go with, do I want to go interior? Or do I just want to, oh, and then there's actually a position. You can go position on the left or on the right. That's left. Image on the right. Yeah, I'll stay on the right. And I'm going to grab the actual image. I like that one better. Okay. Heading. What am I going to do with this one? Okay, and then for the text, I will just put the title. I don't know if the year was going to look weird, but let me see. Yeah, that's too much. Okay. Collection, nature, masonry. And now for the link, I want it to move my camera out of the way. The link, gonna go collections and nature. There we go. then now image 2, same thing. For this one, I'm gonna grab emulate. I like that one. There we go. This one is under floral. And then I'll put but I'll be able to tab in there. The title. And then point it to go to floral. There we go. And then save. Now, once all the edits that I'm gonna do are in there, are finished, and like I said, some of this stuff I'm gonna turn off because I don't need it right now. Once I have everything positioned the way I would like it to be, I will go ahead and come up here to the top right corner and publish it, and then it'll take the place of my the current version I have of the site. But like I said, I think it's going to be better. I think it's going to be a lot better, especially with the product listing. I think that's going to be a lot better. I just have to make sure I transfer all the information. There's a lot of details in this, and I'm not exactly the most awake right now, so I just have to be careful. I have to be careful and make sure that I pull everything over. Let's see, product page. I need to turn this back to the carousel the way I have it now. Product page. Where is it? Media. Yeah, because see how like all of these images are to the side over here. And then there's a lot of scrolling. And then it has a load, and it's just time consuming. So that aggravates me. I have to remember what I did to turn that into a carousel that goes horizontal instead of vertical. Oh, here it is. So it's media. Let's see, 1 grid 2 per row. What does that do? Oh, 2 per row. This is way fancier than what I can do now. That's still too much though. Let's see, grid 2 per row plus first highlighted. What does that mean? Okay. Oh, and now it's 2 per row. Okay. Yeah, that's still, it's not bad, but I still don't want to scroll that much. Let's see. Next one. Thumbnails left carousel. Okay, so I think I know what this is going to be. Okay, so all the thumbnails are on the left. And then if I choose thumbnails bottom carousel, there it is down there. All these images. Now this next one, this looks really interesting. It says dots carousel. So that means that you don't get all those images. You just get dots down here. I actually think that's better because it cleans up the presentation, and then it still works in terms of the item selection or product selection. that still works. And see how the page doesn't move? I think that's very important. That it's within that container and everything just stays there. And then if you go, let's see, with the solid wood frame, yeah, everything stays there in that container. Because what used to happen is if you have the grid, one per row, let's see. And you have all the scrolling. What ends up happening when you're switching between products is it keeps jumping like that. And that drove me crazy. Every time it jumps. So I was like, okay, that's just way too much. So I got to the point where I did want it contained. And so I'm going to go back to Dots Carousel. Now, these changes are going to go site-wide across the entire site in terms of your products. So just pick the one that you like. There are, 6 different options. And then you have grid gap between images, mobile control, enable media autoplay. Wow, okay. You got enable video looping, image zoom is enabled. Wow, there's a lot more stuff in here. Allow transparent header. What does that do? Oh, yeah, that's confusing. Okay, no transparent header. Let the header be solid or stay solid. Section width, large, extra large, and what is this? Full width. Oh, there's more space. So what happens when I go full screen? Holy smokes. Yeah, that's too much. See how the product page is completely gigantic. It's taking up everything. It's going all the way to both edges. So I can go extra large and go full screen up here. Yeah, it doesn't touch the edges anymore, but it is larger. Okay. Back to desktop. Section width large. And when I go full screen again, yeah, it's contained in this smaller area, but it's still large enough. That's fine. Let's see, related products. Nice. Okay. I don't know what I'm going to do with this free delivery worldwide, which is not true. Satisfied or refunded. I don't know what I'm going to do with these right now. But yeah, the change between, and I don't know if you guys know about these things, but these are your modes. So this is desktop mode. If you want to see the site, how it would look on your phone, you would click on mobile, and then this is full screen. So I go back and forth usually between full screen and desktop. If you want to check out mobile, then it's there as well. But those are the the buttons that I use. So this is full screen. This is desktop. You have all your options here. And then on mobile, which is the center button, that is what it will look like. And a lot of times you'll have options over here in the sidebar that'll ask you on the mobile version, do you want it to match the desktop, or do you want to customize what it looks like on your phone? So depending on what it is, you may or may not want to turn that on. But for like right here, it says center basic info on mobile, and then there's a toggle switch over here. Includes title, vendor, price, and rating. And that only applies to the mobile version. So if I turn that on, everything's centered now, which I don't want it centered. I'm going to toggle it off. Okay. So now it's left justified. But it's an option. Okay, so let me go back to desktop. All right. So that's what I'm going to do with the navigation menus. There's a lot of other features and whatnot, depending on what you click on. So if I go back to the home page, this sidebar almost completely changes. And this is everything that's on the home page. So I will, like I said, turn off what I don't have time to edit or ones that I don't need. So there's the eye drop or the eye tool or eye icon. So you can turn that on and off depending on what it is. So you go slideshow, there's the on off switch or icon. There's the video, there's image. I'm going to leave those there. I'm going to leave all of this here. It's just I don't know if I'm going to need it or not. But I want the default presentation to stay. And then I'm going to turn on and off features as I go through all this and see what I have. Because like I said, my goal is to have the page look not exactly like this, of course, but it's going to be... it'll take advantage of the just the presentations, different ways you can promote product. Like I didn't even know this was in there. So I did save this page as a reference for me as I'm going through and adding things, and see how the video is set within it. And then you just press play. That is cool. Okay. So yeah, that's what I was saying before. They have a 22-second video on here. I want to do something probably 7 to 15 seconds to promote some of the products. I do have more samples coming in this week. Actually, all of them should be here tomorrow. I'll see how that goes. But there's quite a bit going on. And the other thing that I do want to point out is you see the pricing is very, it's using zeros at the end. I spent the last, 2 days updating my prices to look like this, right? all of them really. So most of yesterday was spent going through here and working on that part of it, so that when you come to the prices, they're all zeros for everything. Either 0 or 5. So in this case, I would say the postcards, greeting cards, they're all zeros in terms of the cents. With the high gloss prints, I made the pricing either a 5 on the end or a 0. And again, that's just going to improve the presentation, which it doesn't seem like it's a big deal. But as I started looking at I started looking at premium themes that are geared towards high profile clientele. They simplified the pricing in that way. And so I looked over everything and I was like, okay, I wanted to implement that the best that I could. So I went through and I did that. And like I said, I have over 275, I believe, products. There's a lot. Where is it? I can't find the tag I'm looking for. Speaking of tags, I did not see those on the news site. So if I click on Shop for Art, it tells you how much is in stock. So I did add tags manually. They weren't automatically there. And on the news site, I did not see them. I don't know if they have tags in here. I can go back and figure out how I added them before. It's a little like you have to be careful. You know what I mean? But let me see if they added tags in here. And see how you're scrolling. Like I don't want to do that much scrolling. There's a more information drop down, but I don't see tags. Oh, there's a rating. There's rating right here. That's nice. Okay, so I may have to go. Oh, this is nice. Featured in. I definitely have to figure out how to do that part. Oh, and then the frequently asked questions. I definitely need that. And all of these are product shots. So yes, I need a bunch of product shots. And I need to come through this template or the demo and look at what I need, don't need, like I said. And what is this? Oh. Customer. Oh, you can put the reviews in there like that. Nice. This one. Well, it's loud. Turn the volume down. That is nice. So my idea is to probably get the top 10, like my favorite 10 photographs, and do the product shots for the postcards and or the greeting cards. And I think that would be really important to have those on here. Let's see, color. I don't think I have anything with color options. Interesting. But I do wonder, like, if someone comes to the site and they're saying, I want to see all the artwork with red in it, like this one, then it can be like a color swatch on the side here somewhere. Yeah, I think that would be nice to have. So that everything is in red or everything that's got blue in it, stuff like that. And of course, it would take me a little bit to tag them, but that would be nice. But that's also why I like have the black and white category, because some folks are looking for just that, anything and everything in black and white. All right. So again, the postcards, the greeting cards are all in. That part of the project or phase of the project is done. And as I don't remember if I explained before, is that this lowers the barrier of entry, because if you come to conversion and say that you like it, it's a lot easier just to say, okay, I want to get the greeting card or for $25 or get the postcards for $18. Because if you come to the 8x12 for the high gloss paper, it's $150, and then for the frame 8x12 it's $400. So cost is way up. So I figured that I would have licensed product as part of the brand, and that would be the postcards and the greeting cards. And I would give especially new visitors who like the work something to test out, because if you never ordered from the website before, any website, you don't automatically want to come to the website and spend $400, right? So test everything out, see how the shipping and whatnot works out. And then once you see the print's in your hand, whether it's a postcard or greeting card, then it's like, okay, you'll have the option of stepping up from that if you want to. Or you can just order more cards, you can order more cards. So once this is, I'm gonna take, well, it's already after 4 o'clock. So I'm gonna try to get through this as much as possible. Get through as much of this as quickly as possible, because I have to get some rest, and tomorrow is the start of a whole new work week. So I'm still on my day job. I did get my promotion last year. Since I got my promotion last year, I'm learning a lot more, on the job, and I just have more responsibilities. So I end up on my weekends just working on this a lot more, because I have less time, like Monday to Thursday through Thursday. It's just less time to do it. Which basically means that on Monday morning, when I'm back on my day job, I'm really tired because I spent Friday through Sunday sometimes with just focusing on making improvements here. I just don't have as much time during the week as I used to work on this. But I'm happy that, oh my gosh, I've got so many options. Like this thing is, you can move it back and forth, before, after, before, after. And I think for me, like instead of before and after, I can have the same image, or the same print, but the first would be interior, and then I would have a close up of the same one. Something like that. I think that would be nice to have. I didn't even look at the blog yet. Oh, it looks about this. Well, it looks a little new. Let's see. Yeah, that looks. Oh, they moved the header. They moved the post up there. Let me go to the main page though. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's about the same. Like I said, the previous template is still nice, but it's missing some features for sure. Oh, and then it's not like a gray tint to the background, but it's definitely not like a flat white color. Okay. Yeah, there is some fine tuning they did on that one. All right. So, and then the other thing is the fonts that I'm using. I do love the fonts I'm using. I have to make sure I pull them over correctly. So, it's going to be some back and forth. I'm going to have to save this template because I know good and well I'm going to forget to pull something over. But hopefully sometime this evening I will update, make the final updates to this, the new version of the site, and then I'll publish it and make it live. And then as the weeks go on, I'm gonna continue to improve it and add more updates and everything. All right. So I'm over my hour time. Again, if you guys have any questions about anything I went over, just let me know. I'm going to be working on this for probably the next week and a half or so. And but I like it. It's got a lot of potential. It has a lot of potential. And the styling of it is even better. I think people will like it. And I think I found some type of glitch in the old version in terms of SEO. And I think that's what I was complaining about a couple months ago. Like the SEO, the metadata, the meta descriptions aren't getting read properly from the old Prestige version. And so I'm thinking when I upgrade to the new version, it's going to correct that. Because when I was updating the website yesterday, I noticed that the SEO with the meta descriptions wasn't being picked up. In the bulk editor, I couldn't see any of the meta descriptions. So I don't know if it's a break there or not. But I think once I upgrade to the new Prestige version, I'm going to check the editor again and see if that fixed the issue. But I did notice that. So, All right, I'm gonna go. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.